all seen the video of the girl burning her hair off, but little did you guys know, I did that way back in 2007. Roll the tape. Hey, how to crew, I'm Andrea. One of the hazards of going international is this whole voltage plug adapter thing. It can get really confusing and expensive quick, so let me break this down for you. In this whole world, there are only two voltages. Easy, right? 110 or 220 to 240 volt range. Japan, North America, and parts of South America and the Caribbean are all in the 110 to 125 volt range. And the rest of the world, basically the whole world, is between 220 to 240 volt range. That means if you have an electrical device that you want to use in a country that has a different voltage than yours, you need a converter. Luckily, technology is pretty savvy these days, and a lot of products have built-in converters, like this Apple computer plug. It's so big because it's actually a converter built in. But if you don't have one that's built in, you're gonna have to buy an external converter, and there are two types. There's 50 to 60 watt for small things like electrical razors, etc. But I mean, seriously, at that point, just buy the disposable razor or grow a beard. They're hot. And then there are the big guns, 1600 to 2000 watt for things like curling irons and hair dryers, you know, girl stuff. Once you have that whole electricity thing figured out, everyone needs a plug adapter. This allows you to actually physically plug in your product. And guess what, guys? It comes in two ways. You can go a la carte and buy for the country you need. Woo! Or you can get the big all-in-one contraption. Look at this: USA, UK, Australia, Europe. Oh, and I got USB. What? By the way, Europe has two different plugs and UK has a different plug than Europe. You didn't think this was gonna be too easy, right? I blew out my last converter in a blaze of fireworks. How? Because I left it on too long. As in 30 minutes. See, just because the device is off doesn't mean the converter isn't still working, and that thing gets hot real quick. So always unplug and never leave it on unattended. I burnt my hair off because I used the wrong setting. See, the hottest setting in the US at 110 volts curls my hair. That same setting in Australia with 220 volts burns it off. So always start at the lowest setting and then work your way up. And sometimes the appliances just say, screw you, I don't want to work ever in this country, and just die on you. And that's when you learn how to braid your hair, like I did in Ibiza before I went on camera. Thank you, technology. My biggest advice to you is buy the product for the country, and you can do that two ways. You can go dual voltage, so buy a curling iron, for instance, that works at 110 and 220 volts, or if you travel a lot, invest in a European set of tools. Trust me, your hair will thank you for it. So what is your biggest voltage disaster?
I have completely burned out my camera battery charger, which is the absolute worst thing in the world. Like, no pictures, no video, nothing. It's
no
just
selfies?
batteries. No selfies.
So let us know your worst voltage story in the comments below.
And don't forget to subscribe, tweet, Facebook us. All that is in the links in the description below.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
Mwah, safe travels.
Bon voyage.
And safe travels for your electronics, yeah. Little minty poo.
What?
Don't know. Don't know what comes out sometimes.